Okay guys, welcome back to Next Level Fitness. This is going to be passive stretching for after your workout. This is going to be part 2. Part 1 I already shot earlier, so you can already look at that on the channel. So again, these stretches, you want to do them 2 or 3 times for 20 to 30 seconds. And again, these are for after you're working out, when you're done. Don't do these before, okay? So enjoy the stretches, give them all a try. Give me some feedback if you have any questions or anything like that. And enjoy. All right, so now we're gonna focus on a stretch for our shoulders, mainly the traps, so up here, and your neck flexor right here, and your neck extensor, so the muscles in the back of the neck there. Okay, so focus on the shoulder. What you're gonna do, you can put your hands behind you if you want, so it kind of look like this. All right, so you can bring the shoulders up, slightly rotate them back, and then drop them down. So from the back, bring them up, slightly back, drop them down. So that, like I said, that stretch is good for your traps, so the muscles up here, if you're ever tight, good stretch to do for that. Next stretch is going to be for your neck flexor. So your neck flexor is the muscles underneath your neck right here. So what you're going to do for that one, 2 things you can do. You can take your palms or your hand, put it under your chin and just tilt up until you feel that stretch. Second way you can do it is put them on your head, tilt it back. But you don't want to push back too hard, you just want to tilt it back. Next stretch is going to be for your neck extensor. So right here, what you're going to do, take your hands, put them behind your head like so. And just let the weight of your arms bring your head down. Don't yank your head down. All right. So those stretches are really good. If you're ever tight in this area up here, give those ones a try. Okay, so now we're going to focus on a stretch for our chest. This one we're going to do from a seated position. So you're just going to get down on the ground here. All right, so feet out in front of you, comfortable position. Now with your hand, you want to make sure when you put it behind you that your palms are back, your fingers are facing back. Not off to the side. Okay, so hands are back. Good. Get the chest up. So now you're going to open your chest by pulling your shoulder blades back. And you should feel that stretch through your chest. I have very long arms, so I need to keep a little bit of a bend in my elbow. But I can still feel that stretch. All right. And that is a stretch for your chest from a seated position. Give that a try. Right, so now we're going to be doing a stretch focused on the lower back. It's basically a different version than when you stand up and do this stretch. You can have a seat. So have your legs a little bit more than shoulder width apart. And you're just going to lean forward until you're in between your legs. You can grab onto your shoes if you want. Just relax. Feel that stretch in the lower back. You're also going to feel it a little bit in your groin as well. And that is a lower back stretch when you're sitting. Okay, so now we're going to be doing a stretch for your upper back. You've seen this stretch before. A lot of people just kind of take their hand and hold it. This one's a little bit more intense. It involves either using a door frame or like a squat rack, as we kind of have behind us here. So what you do basically is, come this way. You're going to be stretching your right side. You want to take your hand. You make sure your thumb is facing down. Okay. Arms about shoulder height. Okay, so now once you've got that grip, what you want to do is rotate your body in. So you rotate it in, Just keep going until you feel that stretch and hold it. You can lean your body out as well, just to get a little bit more intense with it. All right, and that's just a variation of that cross arm stretch you see everybody do when they stand and they pull their arm across their chest. This one, you're just using something to assist you with it. Give that a try, guys. Okay, so now we're going to focus on a stretch for our triceps, so back of the arms here. This one is a little unusual, but it's still a good stretch nonetheless. So you can use a table or anything that's kind of off the ground. We have a box here, so we're going to use that. So what you're going to do is you're going to come to the box. Your palms are going to be facing up. You're going to place them on the box or the surface like so. Make sure you keep your arm flat against it. Flat against it. Now, to actually get the stretch, you have to lower your chest towards the surface. So again, I'll show you that. Lower your chest towards the surface in a forward leaning position. And that is a stretch for the tricep using a box or a table or something that's off the ground with a flat surface. Give that one a try. Okay, so now we're going to focus on a stretch for your bicep and your wrist flexors right here. So normally you can do standing like so, but we're going to do one on the ground, a little bit more advanced because the ground is fairly solid. It's not going anywhere. So you want to be a little careful with this, but try it out nonetheless, okay? So what you're going to do is get down on the ground, on your knees. Now, you're going to take your palms and face them the other way. So basically fingers facing you. Okay, so even right there, I feel a pretty good stretch. If you want to increase it, like if you're not feeling this, push your butt back. And depending on how flexible you are through your forearms, you're going to really feel that stretch. So right now, like I'm really feeling this stretch. And I haven't pushed my hips back very far. Okay, when you're done, just come out of it. So that is a stretch for your wrist flexor and your bicep as well. Remember, if you want to increase the stretch, if you're not feeling it from that position, just push your hips back a little bit more. Okay, give that one a try. All right, guys, so now we're going to do a quad stretch. So the last time we did one standing up, this one we're going to do laying down on our side. So you want to transition down to the ground here. Grab onto your foot. And as you do it, you want to try to bring your foot back. But as you bring your foot back, push your hip forward. Okay? And go around that way so you can kind of get that angle. Alright, and that is the laying down quad stretch. Give that a try. Okay, so now we're going to do a groin stretch. For this one, all you need to do is sit down on the ground. Fairly simple. So take a seat here. You're going to bring soles of your feet together. Now, with your arms, more back of your arms or your forearms, place them just on the inside part of the thigh and gently push down. As you push down, try to open your hip a little bit more. Feel that stretch. Don't do it too hard. And that is the groin stretch where you're sitting on the ground. Give that a try. Okay, so now we're going to stretch our hamstrings, but we're going to use something to help assist us with that. So you can use a box, you can use a bench, any kind of surface that's a little bit higher up off the ground. So what you do, whatever you pick, make sure it's the appropriate height for you. Take your foot, put it up on the box. Now, it's not so much as locking the knee down because that's going to put a lot of stress in the knee. What you want to actually do is push your hip back. And as you push your hip back, your body leans forward, and you can see I'm not locking my knee. I have a bit of a bend in my knee. I can feel that stretch right through there, right into the glute. So again, you don't want to lock the knee. You can keep a little bit of a soft bend in it, and you'll still feel that stretch going through the hamstring. So that is a hamstring stretch with an object or something that's higher up off the ground to help assist you with it. Give that one a try. All right, so now we're going to work on a stretch for our abductors and our external rotators. So that's on this side of your leg here. So again, using something to assist. You can also do this on the ground, but if you don't want to get down on the ground, you can use an object here. So what you're going to do, maybe I'll just come this way and do it. So if I'm going to be focusing on this one here, I'm going to bring my foot up, rest it on the box, and then just sink down, lean my body forward. And again, you're going to feel it all the way through here, right in your abductors and, well, basically your external rotators. So if you want to feel a little bit more extreme, just sink down more into it. But you don't want to do this to the point of pain. Okay? When you're done, just come out of it. And that is an abductor stretch with your external rotators. Give that one a try. So now we're going to focus on a stretch for our calves. Usually you see a lot of people doing like a wall assisted stretch, or they'll be, so a wall assisted stretch. Foot will be either on the wall or they'll be pushing against the wall. This one, we're going to take the one where you're kind of pushing against the wall and your foot's like braced as well, but we're going to be laying on the ground for it. So, way to do that one. So if I want to stretch my right side, basically I can get into a push-up position. I'm going to take my left, cross it over top of my right, and now I'm just going to push back, almost like if I'm trying to make my ankle on my right foot touch the ground. So that should give you a nice stretch. If you want to increase that stretch, bend the knee and keep pushing back. And that is a calf stretch where you're more in a horizontal position instead of using a wall to help assist you. Give it a try, guys. All right, so now we're going to be doing a stretch for our obliques. So basically, muscles on the side here, part of your abs, part of your core. Okay, so for this stretch, what you're going to do is get a nice little wide stance. Now, I want to be stretching this side here. So what I'm going to do, first of all, with my foot, my right foot, I'm going to point it this way. Left foot is going to stay this way because that's going to help with the stretch. Okay, right arm goes behind my back. Left arm up in the air over my head. And tilt my body this way. Push off with your left leg. Bend the right leg towards your toe. And keep leaning until you feel that stretch. So again, because I'm stretching my left side, my right foot is facing that way. My knee's bent. I'm using my left leg to help push my body this way. And I'm just leaning over. So that is a stretch for your obliques. Obviously do both sides. Give it a try.